dear televiewers. I am Nico J. Bagus from Honorato C. Perez Senior Memorial Science High School, your teacher presenter for today's episode of DepEd Hours Teleturuan. Today, we are going to talk about analogies. First, what is an analogy? An analogy compares two things that are mostly different from each other, but have some traits in common. Sometimes, the things being compared are quite similar, but other times, they could be very different. By showing a connection between two different things, writers help to explain something important about one thing by using a second thing you already know about. They are very much like logic puzzles. Analogies compare two different things, but they do it by breaking them into parts to see how they are related. A word analogy looks like this: tree, leaf, flower, petal. This analogy is read aloud as tree is to leaf as flower is to petal. This analogy highlights the relationship between the whole, a tree and a flower, and its parts, a leaf and a petal. On test of logic, one portion of the analogy is left blank, and students are left to choose an answer that makes sense to complete the comparison. For example, dog is to puppy as cat is to blank. Do you know the answer? To solve the analogy, you must first determine the relationship between dog and puppy. Once you realize that a puppy is a baby dog, you can find the corresponding relationship for a cat. A baby cat is a kitten. So, the completed analogy is dog is to puppy as cat is to kitten. Though there is no limit to the possibilities when it comes to word analogies, here are some types of analogy to familiarize yourself with the concept. Number one is synonym. Synonyms are words that have the same or nearly the same meaning as another word. In this type of analogy, you will need to find words that are parallel in meaning. For example, happy is to joyful, as sad is to depressed. Next is antonym. Some analogies are based on antonyms words that have opposite meanings. In this type of analogy, one word in each pair means the opposite of another. Example: hot, cold, weak to strong. There you have it. Please stay tuned for more discussion on our lesson about analogies. We'll be right back after a few reminders from the